The Yankees' perfect game on June 28th, that was their first perfect game, the Yankees, in 24 years. And because the last perfect game they had was in 1999. And when you think of 1999, you think of the song by Prince and the album 1999. Party like it's 1999. And from the day Prince died to the perfect game is a span of exactly 375 weeks. And Paris, France equals 375 in Latin, that Derek renamed Latin. But its real name is, we'll just say Latin. Or Jewish gematria. Fuck it, Jewish gematria. That's the name for it. But 375, where the Jesuits formed. And notice Paris, France is also 110. Like the Yankees won that perfect game 11-0 against the Oakland Athletics 56. The 56 team. Paris, France 56. The score of the game got to 7-0 at one point as well. And 187 like New York Yankees. The Yankees have been synced up with the Pope perfectly since, well, this is when I realized it. Like a couple Sundays ago against maybe it was even last Sunday against the Rangers. Yeah, it was last Sunday. And the Yankees got their 43rd win of the season. And it was 191 days after the Pope's birthday. New York Yankees 191. And then they get their 44th win 193 days after the Pope's birthday. 193, the 44th prime. So perfectly synced up with the Pope. Vatican equals 119. And it's going to be the 119th World Series. And the day that Prince's 1999 album came out had 119 date numerology, and it was the day leaving 65 days left in the year. Look it up if you don't believe me. Prince equals 65. 1999 album came out on the day leaving 65 days left in the year, October 27th. And New York Yankees is 65 and the most pure. So just what are the odds that from the day Prince died with that 1999 song to the Yankees, the most Jesuit team in the league, throwing their first perfect game since 1999, 375 weeks exactly, Paris, France, 375, and it was 63 days after Judge's birthday this happens. Paris, 63, and Judge wears number 99. There were 99 total pitches, perfect game equals 99, but and the Yankees, that game, they got their 43rd win. You have to look at it like this. It was against the Texas Rangers, maybe the best team in the American League right now. And the Yankees didn't even have Judge. and they just came back. They just hit some gap shots, and they came back on the Rangers. And I was like, this is signaling something. I'm like, this is definitely a good sign for the Yankees to take 2 out of 3 against a team that's probably certainly has more firepower, because their offense, the Yankees, just was doing nothing. But they gutted out this series, winning 2 out of 3, and just perfectly synced up with the Pope. Just go back and look how perfect it was. 191 days after the Pope's birthday. And they get their 43rd win of the season. Society of Jesus 191. New York Yankees 191. Just perfectly synced up with the Pope are the Yankees. And culminating in days later, a perfect game. And I knew something was up when the Yankees came back, because the Yankees don't do that. They would have just, the normal Yankees would have just folded. They just would have fucking completely fucking lost the game, not even show any signs of life, not come back. But the Yankees somehow, because it's rigged, they came back, and I connected it to Prince, the 375 exactly, like Paris, France, and that's an important cipher. This Latin, it's an important cipher, and just 11-0 they win. And her mom's number 0, like if you're thinking of maybe like a countdown from their last World Series, this is essentially like the clock hitting 0 on 28, like they're gonna get 28 maybe, they're saying. And it's in 1999. Look, the Yankees won 99, or no, the Yankees won 98 games in 1999, and they won the World Series, and they beat the Braves, and the Braves look like they're probably going to be the team in the NL, and it wouldn't be surprising if they were, because Atlanta does love the 48. Atlanta's 48, and we're in the year 223. 223 is the 48th prime. So, and maybe some other team sneaks up, but just this, the way the Yankees have been just so synced up, and it's like a perfect game. That's like they're trying to tell you something with that. Like, that's not just after 62. Like they're saying the Yankees can't be doing all these historic things. Like last year, Judge had 62. Now it's like Herman throws a perfect game, like the rarest thing you can do in baseball. And on the 28th, and just this perfectly synced up with Prince. And I don't know, because Prince is from Minnesota. The baseball team in Minnesota is the Twins. So that could be, I mean, because the 119th World Series, like the 11th day of the 9th month, the day in New York, September 11th. But yeah, just look, like, just look, October 27th, that day has 119 date numerology. It's like, this, I gotta say, this is pretty incriminating for every other team in the American League, because this clearly looks like just a Yankee special, and a Yankee special championship's coming up. That's what this looks like, honestly. Been wrong before, but we're talking about a perfect game. Less than a calendar year after Judge hit 62. Something's brewing in New York. Oh yeah, I forgot to make the other point. I can't believe. So just this offseason, the Yankees signed Carlos Rodon, who's yet to pitch this season for the Yankees. And his next win's going to be his 57th win career. 57's a World Series number. But look, we were talking about the number 375. North Carolina State is where Rodon went. And North Carolina State University is 375, like the perfect game, exactly 375 weeks after Prince's death. And Prince matters here because he had the hit song and album 1999. And North Carolina State University 375, like Rodon, when he comes back, his next win will be the 57th, a World Series number. And that was that point there. Imagine if it was 26 days later. Like, 1-all from that. Yankees 26. But the 375, that's the span, just perfect, right on the dot, 375. So Prince has to be, unless that's just a coincidence that Paris, France equals 375, where the Jesuits were founded, unless that was a coincidence. And the other point I forgot to say was, we're just talking about Rodon. The perfect game was on the 201st day of his age. And North Carolina State University, where he went to school, 375. The perfect game on Rodon's 201st day of his age. And look at Judge's injury. He tore a ligament like that. Like, I don't know. It kind of seems like a fake injury that they're trying to take people off of the Yankees. Oh, like the uncertainty around Judge. Oh, I think he'll probably be back later in the season. And the Yankees, they're playing in one of the best division in baseball. And they're like 10 games over 500 without Judge and Rodon. And they're probably going to be buyers at the deadline, too. But just the 375 just so stands out. And that album released on 119 date numerology. So this is telling me the Yankees are going to be in the World Series. And in 1999, it was versus the Braves. Wouldn't be surprising if it was the Yankees and Braves. But definitely the Yankees seem like the team in the AL after this big ritual that I'm just kind of putting together now. And the Giants, just this past NFL season, played Minnesota, where Prince is from. New York versus Minnesota. So that could have been foreshadowing the upcoming baseball season, where the Yankees are synced up with Prince. The perfect game synced up with Prince. 1999, Prince's big known song. just, and they have it so perfectly scripted. Like, they had to make the album come out on 119 date numerology years and years ago, back in the 80s, so that in like 40 years in the future, it would just line up like this, where his death, like, he had to have died at the right time just to sync this up. This seems like the main riddle, and I mean, it just, with the way the Yankees have just been so synced up with the Pope, and then to have like that comeback, and then days later a perfect game, like, something's going on. Something's going on. But we'll leave it there for now, and till next time.